DKE TV.
Hello, what's happening? What's going down? How you guys doing? It's your host, Robbie D, Dark Knight Entertainment. Thank you guys for stopping by. You know, at Dark Knight Entertainment, we do a lot of entertainment, a lot of interviews, events, and things of that nature. But we do a lot of politicking, but not really focusing a lot on politics. We've got a lot of issues that is going on in the community and things that's going on in the world today, and we are blessed and fortunate enough to be sitting next to Mr. Glenn Thomas, candidate for mayor of your Atlanta, Georgia. That's what's happening. How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us today.
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Man, it is our pleasure, and you actually happen to be a friend back in the day of Mr. What's that guy's name? Durante Avaloy, the producer of Dark Knight Entertainment.
I definitely consider him a friend. We go back a little ways.
Okay. And speaking of going back a little ways, can we get a little bit of your background? You are from Atlanta, Georgia. You are
from
a
Atlanta.
native. Give us a little bit of your background.
Sure. I grew up in Continental Colony.
Okay.
Over there by Greenbrier, and I also grew up in People's Town, downtown, next to the Braves Stadium.
Okay.
My family goes back around 4 generations here.
Right.
I went to a product of Atlanta Public Schools. I went to Continental Colony Elementary, Southwest Middle School, North Atlanta High School. So I know my way around the city a little bit.
Okay. Is that where you met that gentleman that we spoke of earlier?
Yeah. We definitely met there, and he's a stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy. Sits down sometimes, he's a stand-up guy. Stand-up guy. That's definitely okay. And with us needing a very powerful individual that is very, well, let me say someone that is accustomed to the community here in Atlanta, someone that is, you stand on as far as family, faith, and community. I mean, where does that root from? Tell us a little bit more about your background and even your grandfather.
Definitely. My grandfather, Clarence G. Ezzard, Sr., he was one of the first black state house representatives in the General Assembly.
Wow, that's big.
It was huge. And, you know, he was really, I consider him less of a politician, more of a public servant, in the sense of he was really community-based. He was a 40-year U.S. postal employee, very dedicated to his community, very dedicated to public service. He taught me about really what faith and family and community really meant through his examples. And so he didn't have to say much. For the, I guess, 10, 15 years of his life, he was actually blind. And he got around better than most. And he was active in this community until the day he passed away. And so I took from him a lot of life lessons, and it really nurtured me in the person that I am right now.
It's fantastic. And in our community, I mean, it's sad to say, but it is true that there's not a lot of positive male role models for us to look up to. And how important was that in your life, and what made you to the person that you are today?
Huge. I don't think you can really quantify it, but he was a huge presence in my life, as well as my grandmother. We were, I think, raised more by the village. You know, my mom, my aunt, my sister, my grandparents, neighbors, folks back in the community that are some still there in People's Town and Summer Hill, some in Continental Colony who I see now, who are happy to see me running to be mayor. And I think we just really have to reignite what that community family really looks like. Times are changing, but I believe that the essence of that is still in our communities. We just have to reignite it and find it and make it what's new to us right now.
Right. I mean, you really are a down-home boy. That's just like a situation where there's a major company and someone somewhere else that's not even in the area making decisions for that company. You are someone that is from this area, knows this area, you know about community. I mean, who knows more about community than someone that started with a grandfather that went from house to house and out there in the community, and then he continued as far as politicking in the community and things of that nature, and passing things on to you. When was it when you decided, I'm going to take it the next step?
I think it's something that's kind of inside you. That you realize, once I got to college, I realized that, you know, I just had a passion just to help folks. It wasn't related to money or anything of that nature. I think growing up seeing my grandfather's impact on people and seeing just the good that he could do, it had nothing to do with money or finances. It just had everything to do with helping folks. And I think in college, I began to see that I was interested in just helping folks. and being involved in nonprofits, being involved in government, good government, and just really making a difference in folks' lives. And it made me feel good, and it continues to make me feel good. So I'm glad to be in this race from a community aspect more so than a political aspect.
Right, right. Because you always want to give back. I mean, and a lot of people they miss that. You know, study taking, but not giving back, and that goes back to what you were saying about it takes a village.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm definitely a firm believer in that. So what types of issues? And I mean, you are the person for change.
Yes.
You know, so what are you going to give Atlanta that the other candidates will not be able to give us?
Well, first, I believe I'm passionate about this city. I believe that first and foremost, we have to have a love and passion for where we are. I chose to live back in the urban center because I believe this city is rich in every aspect, whether you live on the south side or the north side of Atlanta. Secondly, I believe change really, for me, is about integrity. Integrity, ethics, honesty, representing the people of the city in a way that is fair, that is transparent, and basically at the end of the day, you're saying that I'm your elected official. I represent you. Right. No matter where you live, no matter what your skin color is, no matter your gender or your religious background, that I'm elected by you, I serve you, and I believe that we need that type of change here, and we need involvement from the entire city.
Right.
So when I speak to folks, I talk about inclusiveness from that aspect of we want everybody encouraged and excited about the change that's going on in Atlanta, and I speak about that, and I'm going to continue to share with folks what that means to me.
And you are the man for change. And speaking of, you know, the subjects and things that we're discussing, I got another question for you, something that's pertinent that's going on today. How important is it, please tell our people, the freedom of speech?
Oh, gosh. I mean, you can't really, again, you can't put any type of figure or number on it,
right.
Or what it's just critical for young folks, folks who are middle-aged, older folks, to really step out and stand up about what they believe in.
Right.
Whether or not you agree with everything someone says, but to be involved in politics or be involved in government, I think people have had, many folks, and some are not wanting to be involved in it for whatever reason. But every day we wake up, we're involved in politics and government regardless of what we believe.
Right. Yeah.
And so,
That's
you know,
true.
I want everyone to voice their concerns, their issues, come election day, that they make the informed choice. And that's what I'm out here trying to do, make sure that people understand who I am and what type of vision I want to bring to the city. But freedom of speech and really standing up is very important, very critical, and I want to continue to press that issue as well.
Yeah, and when I say that, I'm using that kind of like a segue.
Of course.
Because of the fact that, well, just like as far as media is concerned, I mean, a lot of this is my own personal opinion, but I mean, the world is controlled. Media is controlled. There's certain aspects of media that cannot be controlled. I mean, like black radio. You know, there are certain facets of it that has, you know, that is controlled, but theoretically, I mean, we can report the news that is going on in our community. We have a place like People TV, where they're trying to eradicate public access, which gives people the forum to say what's on their mind, to express themselves, and things of that nature. What do you feel about, in your opinion, on them trying to eradicate public access television and programs such as People TV that gives the community that you're fighting for a voice?
You know, I think that we have to really be cautious and really wake up and really see that mediums like this, you know, are very critical for us. And community-wise, whether it's private sector, public sector, what have you, that, you know, even for me to have an opportunity to sit down and just speak with you.
Right.
For folks who look at your show and listen to you, that look to you for an opportunity to say, you know, who is this candidate? What is he about? What does he represent? You know, you don't have this forum, per se, in some other aspects of community and what's going on outside of here.
Right.
It's critical that we become proponents of something that not necessarily is making money, but also was being informative for folks.
Right.
And that people have an opportunity to listen, that it may not be on the big stations or the big radios, but it's a place where people feel comfortable, they know you, they respect you, And right now, you know, you can bring folks in here right now and shed some light on who they are and what they're about.